And welcome back to the RIP, episode 39. I'm Vince, of course, back this week. Just me, unfortunately. Plans kind of fell through again this week. We were watching actually late last night, The Adam Project, so you can stay tuned for our reaction to that movie. It's Ryan Reynolds, always Saldana, a ton of great actors, Mark Ruffalo in it as well. We just reacted to that. It got super late. We started watching actually Stranger Things again. And I watched Dark for the first time as well. So I'll talk about it a little bit later in the podcast and stuff. But yeah, that's just why we didn't do it. I was going to do it with Andre this week, but we'll do it again with him at some point. So it's just going to be me. We ran out of time. I think it was like 2 a.m. yesterday when we were finished. So yeah, so we didn't get to have that. But like I said, it'll be just me today. Happy to speak to you guys today, talking to myself. I'm getting too used to this lately, honestly. I mean, it's not bad sometimes, just talking to yourself, just trying to learn how to speak kind of like a monologue fashion, which is kind of interesting, but it is what it is. But overall, this past week was an interesting one. I have many funny things to share, what did happen, and just kind of in their own ways and stuff. And it was big. And honestly, if I want to start in like a little bit of chronological order of just some things that kind of like went throughout the week, it was interesting to say the least. I remember on Monday, I don't know if you guys are into like Yeezys and Kanye and any like fashion like that, and sort of like slides and stuff. They dropped the Yeezy slides where they dropped 3 colorways. They restocked a couple ones, and they got this new black pair that came out. And I put tons of raffles with all my homies. Like I asked like a bunch of people like to just put in tons of raffles in, just to give me the best possible chance to grab a pair. And I love Yeezy slides. At that point, I had one that I got back in September, and like I wanted some more like earth tone ones. I had like a really like green one and stuff that I did review on the channel as well, and it was really nice. But this time, like I picked up, I was able to actually pick up a couple slides this time, which was awesome. Later in the day, I was able to hear that my buddy Andre actually picked up other buddy Andre. I ended up picking up the ochre slide, which was like that. It's like a golden brown pretty much color, which was really awesome. He hit on his account. That wasn't easy. And then I hit on the Onyx pair, which is the black pair. And I was able to get it. Lucky me. And you'll hear shortly what that ended up coming out to. And I just, yeah, no, it finally came in and stuff. I thought that's all I took the W's on. Pretty much I got the ochre and he gave it to me and stuff. That was all good. But the Onyx pair, it came in, right? I was in the middle of like my shift, right? Like I was at work, right? And enjoying the shift, like really excited to get my new pair of slides in, yada, yada, yada. Comes in, I open up the box. I always check the box tag just to make sure before I open up the sneakers, right? Size 13, obviously what I ordered. Awesome. Take out the slides. Right off the rip, funny as the YouTube channel is, I noticed that like it seems like super small and stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, it just seems so damn small. But I was like, whatever, right? And then I go to actually put it on feet. I'm like, I can't even get my foot in here with the socks. And I tried barefooted, and I got it in like fine, but I can get it in with my actual like feet with the socks, but like it's a little hard, right? And I was like, it was really tough to do it, and I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm going crazy in my mind. I'm like, I compare them to my other slides in my mind. I'm like, there's no way, right? And yeah, I go back to work because I didn't have time for this. I'll do it later, right? And I'm telling everybody, how do you fucking stretch foam, right? I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. And let me know down below if you know how to stretch foam, because I have no idea. I'm guessing you use like heat or something like that, but I don't want to fuck with the slides, right? I'm just like talking at work. I'm like freaking worried as fuck, right? And because at this point, like I remember like watching YouTube videos before I got it. People are saying these are the best fitting slides yet. And like in the last one, like the glow greens I have, like they don't fit like the best, right? You know what I mean? Like I couldn't go up half size anyways. If I went up a full size, it would have been an issue, right? Because there's no half sizes with it. So I feel like 14 would have been too much, but it's fine. They fit nice and stuff as well. But yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Then I come back home after my shift, right? And I'm just like, okay, I shower and stuff, get back finally look at these slides, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, okay, I'm still looking at them again. Let me go toss the glow greens and kind of compare with how they look. And yeah, like I sent a picture to my buddy. I'm like, they don't look like at all. Like they're like significantly smaller, like quite a bit. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense. It's not like it's close, right? It's not like it's maybe the width or anything. It's just like the whole fucking size of the slide, right? And it was just kind of funny. Like my buddy's like, dude, those aren't. There's no way, man. Like there's no way those are size 13 slides. And I'm like, man, that's what like they're size 13. That's what it said. I decided to bring it on myself to actually look inside of the actual slide where like obviously on any shoe it shows that like the sizing or size tag inside there, and it said size 11. Like, are you kidding me, Adidas, bro? So they had a size 13 box and they threw size 11 there. That was either a manufacturing issue or something at the warehouse in Canada where they switched it out. But whatever it was, I was losing it. Okay, these are hard to get. Like these slides are really hard to get. They're high in demand. I got really lucky, and that happens to me. I was losing it, man. I was so upset. I knew it wasn't gonna happen anymore. I'm not gonna keep size 11 slides, man. It hurt my feet. And like after like the next day, man, like my feet were fucking hurting, dude. Like just freaking crazy, man. And that was the situation with that. And then I was kind of like, okay, let me call Adidas, okay? And I don't know how y'all like customer service, bro. And like, I ain't trying to make somebody's day harder and shit. Like, I know, like, because I work obviously in like a retail setting, and like, I know it's not easy. I know we go through it and stuff, but I was just pissed, man, because I knew they wouldn't give me another pair of slides. I knew that wasn't gonna happen, and I call and they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna do return. They'll send you a shipping label, and yada yada yada, and they'll give me, oh, you could have like a Adidas voucher, like a 15% off or whatever." And that's just like, I don't even want that, my guy. Like it's like I don't even buy from Adidas like that. You know what I mean? I'm a Nike Jordan guy. I love Yeezys, but like I can't get it off. Like it's not like you're giving me something like off my next raffle win or I'm getting exclusive access to it. I was just pissed, man. She was just saying after I said, I'm like, yo, like these go for like fucking so much money on the stock on StockX and stuff. Why would I give it back to you? She's like, oh, sorry. It's like I just fucking hung up. I was like, she was like, oh yeah, I want the you here. You send me this, send me a picture, so I give you a refund. I'm like, nah, man. I just hung up. I couldn't do this. I was like, fuck it. My buddy happens to be who got me hit on the other slides for me. He happens to be size 13. Size 11. So I'm like, okay, let me just hook him up. You know, I don't like reselling, man. I rather like keep it within within the community and people that really want them. You know what I mean, to wear them and stuff. I know he's gonna wear them, so yeah, I gave it to him for retail, and you won't believe this part of it. Okay, so I'm kind of upset, right? Because I lost out on these, and this was the initial release, so this is probably the best chance you'll have at it. Even though they'll restock it, but the restocks tend to not be great in stock in terms of how many they bring, like in order to your chances to hit. And it was and I get up, I go to sleep, get up tomorrow morning, I see a text from Angelo, obviously, part of the channel. You all know him if you've watched a lot of our content, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't check my email." And he told me he got L's on everything. That's what he thought, but I guess not. He didn't check his email. He's like, "Oh, these are on your way to you," and he hit on the black slides in size 13. So, what a freaking miracle! Like you wouldn't even believe this, man. It was just funny, and they ended up hitting on them, and yeah, I have them now, and there's a review coming up on the channel this week. So. I hope y'all enjoy that when it comes up if you want to watch it. But yeah, just a funny story. Was able to hit on the easy slides after all, and just super funny about that, right? So yeah, it was funny. I ended up getting my two easy slides I thought I got after all. So there's nothing like that disappointment, man. Like when you know it's already hard to get and you get it. And I know it's like, oh, I was trying to tell myself like, don't be greedy, right? Like you know what I mean? Like be grateful you got one. That's what I was telling myself after. It was just like, man, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that other pair again. That's just the only thing, right? Like, because like black goes with everything, man. It's such a versatile color, right? Like, you can literally put it with anything you want to wear. Like, literally it goes so well. Anything. It's the most versatile color. So, and but all worked out pretty well. Have some more slides in the collection, and Yeezys are awesome. Man. I fucking love Yeezys. So, yeah, it was just an overall crazy week with that too. And even with like sneakers and all that, dude, like, man, it really hurt this past week even too. Like I went for some other sneaks as well on Saturday, and I lost on the Oreo restock for the 350 V2s. I lost out on that, but oh my god, the biggest thing that really hurt me was that like I'm part of Soul Savvy, this like sneaker community, so they prep me for releases and stuff. And there was this Concepts times Nike Air Max 1, like their second pair that we took an L on the week prior. this new pair that came out, orange, my favorite color, and I was gonna go for it, right? And I had to use my U.S. shipping address. I had to ship it to like a reshipper, and yeah, I was ready and fucking. I got through, man. Like I was like, I'm really quick online with drops, like lately, especially hats. Like I'm really fast at it compared to many. I don't use a bot or anything. I'm like straight up manual user. And yeah, like when it came to these shoes, like they do like a secret site domain, which the bots can't get to, right? Because it's like a new domain. So by the time it's all done, everybody's through. So I got through the Shopify queue, and I was able to get through to pay now. I thought I had the sneakers. Nope. It was a zip code kind of matching thing. And I found out after the fact that it was because it had to be mismatched. They had to line up with the credit card. But I was always told the billing and the shipping address had to match. Didn't happen. Let me know down below if you all have that issue with shoes. But I ended up striking out. I clicked pay now a couple times. Then after that second time, I didn't realize. Boom, out of stock. So just big L's in the comments if you want. Fucking, that really hurt me big time. And it's definitely something I want to never go through again. That was kind of shitty. I mean, there's definitely worse problems in the world, but Jesus, man, that hurt, dude. Like, that hurts, man, when you... Okay, if I just took the L, like, I wouldn't even be that mad, bro. But, like, when I have it, like, I literally, like, have it. It was literally a fucking error. Like, that's the thing that kind of, like... It's just like it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, man. Like it's just something that like doesn't go down well. You know what I mean? Because you feel like you had it, and they don't, right? So I think it just sucks, man. Honestly, releases are tough. You know what I mean? Shoes are tough. Like I'm very lucky. I have a lot of sneakers and stuff, but I work hard for it. You know what I mean? Like all the shit that I have, like I worked for it all. So I've sweat for it, put in my time, worked hard for it, stuff that I like, and that's it, right? Like. Because I find like everybody likes what they like, you know. Sometimes it's a little too much for certain people, but I think like I don't know. I think sneakers are awesome, especially when you put them on feet. I'm a guy who wants to wear them, right? So I know I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago, just saying like how like wear your sneakers, right? That should be something that's paramount. Like you should wear them, like you know what I mean. Like some people grab them and they fucking just leave them there, and they might crumble after. They're gonna crumble probably at some point. You could restore, but like, dude, like you just buy sneakers just to look at them. Wear them, man. I just look at it where like anything can happen to us any day, and if you're just gonna live like that, where you're kind of hesitant and stuff, just like fucking just wear them, brother. Like, trust me, you'll love it. And yeah, honestly, man, it was just like one of those things. You know what I mean? Like you should do and stuff. So yeah, but that was like a week. That was my week in sneakers. And like things I like with that, and fucking every week is like an event. I swear to God, there's these like boots coming out tomorrow with the Yeezy, so I might try for that too, and maybe the other concept pair might come out on Saturday. But lots of things coming up with sneakers. I love shoes. Like obviously, if you watch any of my content, I love sneakers and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And I hope this week's a successful one for sure. And overall, mine was as well. Honestly, I think I just complain. Because we always want more, right? That's just how human nature is. I think humans are so greedy, man. I think we're all built that way. You know what I mean? I bet there's a lot of selfless people, but we all have those things where we want, you know what I mean? We just want more things, and it's bad, man. It's very unhealthy, you know what I mean? And honestly, my pockets, when I take the L's, it is good for my bank account, you know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't so good, especially I ain't getting paid too much on YouTube right now. Getting paid a little bit, but it's not nothing crazy, that's for sure. But yeah, honestly, craziness. And I remember I was talking before about last night when we were watching some content, some for the channel, some not. Andre actually, he's never watched Stranger Things. Some he's never watched, and honestly, I didn't even watch it until this year, very early this year, where I was just like, I don't know, I just never watched. I don't know what was wrong with me, my guy. Like, I don't know. I remember at the time, because I think it came out in 2016, season 2 was 2018, and then 2019 season 3. I just remember like those days, like I was kind of like, I don't know what I was doing, my guy. Because like in 2016, I was like 16. I was in like either grade 10 or 11. Like I was just starting grade 11, or I was in grade 10. And I just didn't watch it. I don't even know why. It was such a phenom going on, like, and kind of like a big event, and just I didn't participate. Like I didn't even know why. Like I was stupid. I had my mind on other things. You know what I mean? Like I remember even maybe the 2019 time, my mind was on travel. Like that's all I wanted to do, and that's all I really cared about, right? And because I was living in a rental house at the time, so I just didn't have space for a lot of things like belongings and stuff. So I was just like, I only cared about travel, and I love travel now too. It's just like obviously I haven't been able to do it recently much, so it's just different, right? And yeah, no, it just happened to be what my situation was, and I don't understand why. I still don't understand why I didn't watch because I did watch other shows like all the time. Just did never went to Stranger Things, and I still remember even last summer like our guy Anth on the channel as well, Kat, to be more specific, Canada Grande. We were like, he was saying, bro, like you'll love Stranger Things, I know you will, and he was saying it. And I just finally randomly just came upon tossing it up, and man, and it hooked me that first episode, man, like just that fucking like like this mystery of Will and just wondering what the fuck is going on. Like I don't even know, and like even just watching like obviously watching through the 3 seasons, it was just so fun, man. I couldn't stop watching, especially that first season. Like I was even telling Andre, like Stranger Things is like one of those things, like one of Stranger Things. It's one of those like shows that you wish you could watch it back again for the first time. Like you know what I mean, like having your memory wiped, watching it again for the first time. Like not just rewatching. I'm talking about like where it's fresh. Like you've never watched it before. That's what I wish I could experience again. I feel, and when I tossed on the first episode of season 1 for him last night for the first time because he hasn't had too much time to remember to put that stuff on, and I'm like, yo, let's watch the first episode. He loved it, man. It was and like not surprised, right? Like it's a fantastic show. Just the thought that's put into it. Like the crazy thing about Stranger Things, even too, is like just like the complexity of it all and how attention to detail, man. Like say like I think it started in 1983, according to obviously the time frame they were in, and like it looks like I didn't live in the 80s obviously, but like we've seen like kind of pictures in the past through history and just over the years, just kind of seen things and stuff and what represents that decade, kind of seeing like how it's evolved from this time. But I think they captured it exactly. And if you're listening to this, watching me right now, and you know, and you're like you lived in the 80s, like, and you can fucking remember it, a lot of it. Like how was Stranger Things for you? Like was Stranger Things like kind of, you know what I mean? Did it kind of mimic how it really was? Like how those times felt? And I feel like it did. And just even the soundtrack of the show is just fantastic, man. Like it's literally to the times and to the T. And the Duffer Brothers do a great job with the show, and I'm excited for the future. But Andre loved it, man. It was fantastic. He said he loved it. I know he's gonna continue to watch it for sure. And maybe we'll check up maybe next week with him and see what he's up to with it and if he continues it. But yeah, because I'm excited for Stranger Things season 4 finally. I know a lot of people have been waiting years for it. They probably feel like fucking they don't even care anymore because they forgot about it. But some people, obviously, if you're a massive fan, y'all been waiting a while, man, and probably impatiently or patiently, or a little bit of both. And it's finally coming. They actually announced, I think, like a month ago that it is coming, and I love how they're releasing it, man. Okay, so they're gonna release it in 2 volumes. They're gonna split it apart. So volume 1's gonna come out May 27th. And then volume 2 is going to come out actually July like 1st or 2nd. I don't know. Like very early July, the first few days. So that's going to come out then. And it's going to kind of like, it's going to be awesome, right? Because apparently the runtime is like double than any other season. I think the first season had the most episodes, I think, like 10. And the rest were like 9 and 8 or something. Or 9, 8, 7 or something. Like just not as many episodes as other shows. And but this time the runtime is gonna be crazy because like I think like the last episode was like an hour 15, I think maybe, of season 3. That's all I remember. But I think like this is supposed to be so long, man. Like it's supposed to be like I'm talking like if it's double the runtime, like we're talking like hour and a half episodes, dude. Like we're talking Game of Thrones. That's what Stranger Things season 4 will be. And if that's what we're in store for, man, buckle up your fucking seatbelts, guys. Like this is gonna be a crazy freaking ride. I'm excited for it. I think like I said, just one of those shows is just very special, and I think it's gonna have that special feel. They're supposed to be going out to California and stuff, so still have yet to get a official trailer for it, like a full on fucking like proper trailer, which we will get soon because obviously it's the end of May. But yeah, I'm excited to do even just to watch it with y'all on the channel and kind of share initial reactions to it and stuff. So I have so much fun doing that for y'all on the channel. So I'm excited to do it for Stranger Things. Stranger Things is one of my, like, you know what I mean? Like, because I've watched a lot of TV shows in the past, and Andre mentioned this yesterday. I've watched like so many, right? And it kind of like, when you watch other shows and then now you watch Stranger Things, you're like, damn, like some of these shows suck. Like, I mean, compared to Stranger Things, like just like the sheer like fucking like magnitude of it and just like how well it's done and thought out. It was so much respect to, like, I think they had comics for this and stuff, and yeah, they just do such a great job. And especially now hearing that there was so much talk with like, is this the last season? Season 5 last season? Season 6 maybe? And longer? Nah, it's done at season 5. They're gonna do one more after this, and I think that's the right call. I think like one thing with TV shows that is going on, and like sometimes it just shows drag on too long. Like, just end the story on a high note properly, so we're not fucking going way too long and it becomes shit after, right? Like, and people don't end up liking it. It's not as special anymore. Like how they ended at 5, and some people think that's even a little overkill, but I'm sure they're happy. But season 5, I think that's perfect. You get like 5 seasons, good stuff. And they did confirm, like many studios are doing it now, where they're making like a universe, right? Like they're like, say, The Boys. They just did The Boys Diabolical. You know, even just Star Wars, all their spin-offs and stuff, and like, you know, like making like shows and all this different stuff just to kind of like launch a universe within that world, right? Which is Stranger Things. And yeah, they're gonna do that as well. Apparently, they're gonna like broaden the boundaries and stuff and make it really cool. And that sounds so fun to me, man. Like I'm like goosebumps right now. Can y'all feel it right now? Because I have it, and it's gonna be exciting. Like kind of like where they can go with all this, because they can like. That's the thing, man. When you have like a lot of like characters and shows and stuff, or like a broad world and creative ideas, like you can grab a character and kind of like launch it into something that you want, right? And kind of like continue that story for the fans, or like a full on story, like a new story in that world, right? So I'd like, honestly, like it's kind of funny, because like a lot of people, like when it comes to like, say, like directors and stuff, like I don't even know, or writers, like I don't know, like I can't even think of fucking ideas, man. How are these people gonna launch straight up tons of spin-offs and stuff? It's just amazing, honestly. It's such a talent, man, for pure creativity, man. Like, I don't know, for me, maybe because like we have our own shit on our mind, that's their job to do that, right? Like, this isn't my job to fucking make ideas for Netflix for Stranger Things, right? Like that whole universe, but they're gonna do that, and I think they're gonna have a great time. Honestly, I think it's us fans should be really excited about that, and I think we are. Some people obviously get worried that they're gonna do too much, but then again, they're gonna wrap up the Stranger Things and stuff, so at that point it's just other stuff, right? So, and they can do a lot with that. I know, like the Witcher, which we reacted to last year, that kind of launched it into like on Netflix. It literally has like a whole section where it's like World of the Witcher, and I feel like they can do the same thing with Stranger Things. And like Netflix has so much power, man. The fact that they have Stranger Things, it's like really, really good. Like that's one bargaining chip in terms of like a lot of other streaming services that are going on right now. Because so many, they're all trying to compete with each other, right? Like you got like Peacock, or like having Bel Air, like they beat out like Netflix and everything, right? So The Boys has Amazon Prime, like with Yellowstone on there as well. I never watched it, but people love it. Even on like Disney Plus is doing their thing. Paramount Plus, they have Halo coming up, and as well with iCarly season 2. So they have all that stuff. It's just very like popular stuff, and just cool to see like where shows are going. Because I think shows, man, like they're really good right now, man. Honestly, like it doesn't have like the nostalgia feel as like the past, like as a kid, but there's so many quality shows, and like I think art is still at an all time high. People are so creative, like breaking boundaries and barriers, and making really quality content. And I think like that's a very tough thing to do. People really underestimate how hard it is, but people really, that's the thing. Like if you'd love to do it, and like a lot of people, like a lot of fans, they love to do it. So it's like, imagine how much of a privilege that is really to work that job and be so damn good at it. And that's what they're doing right now. So yeah, I'm excited, really excited. A lot of great shows coming out, obviously, of course, and a new show that Andre that same night actually introduced me to, and he did talk about it in the past, is the show Dark, which is on Netflix as well. It's a German show, so like I've watched like I've watched like I'm a big fan of Money Heist, like La Casa de Papel. It's my favorite show of all time. So like I've watched stuff like in other languages that are like made like for like it was made in Spain like for Spanish people, right? It's not like a English show, you know what I mean? So the same thing. Well, a lot of people watch Squid Game too, which is obviously Korean. So it's kind of different, right? So I like that they've done that, and yeah, with Dark, which is ended I think a year or two ago, the last season. It's got a few seasons on there. I just watched the first episode. I'll probably watch some more tonight after I finish editing some videos for y'all. But I think yeah, and it just looked really good, man. It was so mysterious, man, which I love. Like he was saying, like it's similar to Stranger Things. He was kind of saying, but like it's time travel, which is instead of like the monsters. And oh my god, just watching the first episode, man. There are so many parallels to Stranger Things, man. Like with the kids at school, with like the certain things that are going on, like kind of like it had like certain parallels, right? Like going into like the forest and like he was pointing out things and I was seeing it and I was like, damn, this is fucking hilarious. Like a kid goes missing, just like Will, which is not like I don't know, like the guy that goes missing is not like a huge character, but still a character in the show. It's just kind of really cool. It's like based on like a small town in Germany, and just kind of like how it evolves from it with the time travel. Apparently, like it starts off with a bang, right? Like the first scene is crazy and stuff too, similar to Stranger Things too. But it's just like yeah, it's just really funny, and to see the parallels like that. But the show, man, like it's got that feel, you know what I mean? Like he was saying it's a little slow, Andre, but like I don't think it was that slow, honestly, because I think like sometimes y'all could say too, but like sometimes people say shows like they kind of start off slow, but I don't think this was that slow. And mind you, we were watching at 2 a.m. and I did not fall asleep during the entire thing, so that is a round of applause right there. Something really hard to do to stay awake, right? So yeah, I know Dark looks really good. Let me know down below if y'all have watched if you're on YouTube right now, watched Dark before, because Dark, man, it's really cool. I really like it. Something a little different, and something hopefully that we can build toward, like watching and stuff. And I don't think there's gonna be like I think it's done. Like the series is over, but he said how it ended was somewhere like if they wanted to go back to it, they could. So, and I agree when shows do that. Honestly, like why end a show so poetically where like there's like no way to even continue it, and make it make sense. You know what I mean? Because you might as well leave like an open end to a story where like it could open, but the ending is so sufficient that it ends the story. But there's always like that door is always like there to be opened if it ever is fucking 10 years from now, 20, 30, whatever the fuck you want to do, right? I don't know. Well, I don't know how TV will be in 30 years, but little did we think that, because I remember when like streaming services first came out, like we kind of thought that was just something for like to watch like old movies, old shows, but turned into almost like TV now, right? Like that's what people watch now. They watch shows that release on there. So it's just crazy how things have evolved, and you would think things would continue to, right? Because things can only get better, from here. So it's kind of interesting to think about, right? So yeah, no, I love the fact that things are changing, but are really exciting at the same time and intriguing, and it gives you like a lot of hope for the future and stuff. So, and yeah, so many shows like I was saying before, and just so I know the last season of the Ozark, the last part of the season actually comes out in April, so I'm excited to kind of like dive into that potentially, but I don't think I'll be done in time to react for you guys, but you never know. I'll try. Like I think it's like middle of March right now, so. That'll be a lot to undertake, because like these episodes are like so long, man. They make these shows like an hour long, which is great and all, but for like they take a while. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like kill the season in one day, which honestly it is enjoyable. Like you get more content out of it. So I guess I'm wrong there, but it kind of depends what it is, right? And yeah, honestly, I think guys, I'm gonna keep this obviously short tonight for this podcast. I don't want to go on too long. Like I know like podcasts are usually like I usually do like 40 minutes, but I'm gonna cut a little short at around like 30-ish minutes. So just to keep it short and sweet for y'all. I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day, obviously on Sunday, so I had some plans that kind of fell through. So we are gonna wrap it up here, like I said, and just I'm gonna start editing for y'all, because I love editing for the channel and just making new videos for you guys. We got a lot of good videos this week, because this will go up a little earlier, so y'all will just stay tuned for some more and stuff. And I hope y'all enjoyed me talking today, man. Honestly, if I was able to help your car ride, you just chilling at home or like somewhere just listening to me, always appreciate you listening to me and stuff. And hopefully I can give you some interest, just pique your interest, and maybe say, oh, Vinny's wrong, or Vinny's this, Vinny's that. So it's kind of funny. And if you do want to continue listening, guys, you know where to find me. I'm on pretty much all anchor related streaming platforms, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You want to listen specifically to this podcast. If you want to see more of us, this is on YouTube, obviously, but like other videos, we post almost every single day on YouTube. I do post on Instagram and TikTok, so when I post on YouTube, it also goes on those platforms as well, just to create exposure, some quick little content for you guys. And then if it's kind of like a preview in order to come on YouTube and continue to watch, and it's kind of, it's more like a like if you enjoy what you see, right? So that's kind of what I'm going for there. But yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching or listening to the Rip. This was episode 38. We're going back off the Rip, and I'll see y'all next time. See ya.